let's get into the book, Humble Leadership. Besides acknowledging something as humble as saying, I don't know the answer. Well, I don't know the answer to this question, and seeking it from your subordinates. Is there any other clear trait or a practice of humble leadership that really stands out for you guys that makes it different than any other style of leadership? In other words, how do I know I'm being a humble leader? Besides what I just said is the answer of I don't know.
Well, I'd like to tackle that by bringing in the whole concept of why we think of it as a relationship, and thereby note the fact that when we use the word relationship, we're using a very vague term that has all sorts of meanings. And humble leadership does require a certain kind of relationship, which is best differentiated by getting away from transactional, role-based, formal, distant relationships, which is one kind of level one societal relationship, and building with your subordinates and your peers and even with your boss a more personal level two relationship where you get to know each other as whole human beings. And in that context of that new relationship, it then becomes both easy to ask and, even more importantly, it becomes easy for the subordinate and the peer to tell you the truth, because you've collapsed the big psychological distance and made it safe. I ask you what I don't know, and it's safe for you to tell me, boss, there are a lot of things you don't know. Let me tell you some of them. And be grateful for that rather than offended. So it has to do with this level two relationship.